gotta word this, but like, do they know black people?
No, I don't think so.
Y'all, Corona is in Iceland, ready to give everybody the shock factor of their life. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We're here to discuss Corona and Ingi in the latest episode of 90 Day Fiance the other way. It's a short and sweet scene, but I thought that we should talk about it before next week. Before we get into that, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So we're in Iceland. It's been a few days since Corona has been there and she's getting ready. She says that he's been taking her all over to get acquainted with her new home, okay? But the way that she's getting ready, I'm like, oh my God, we're going out to the club, right? It looks like she's wearing like a jumpsuit, but it is like super exposed in the front. It's all black, and then she's wearing these like rhinestone black heels, and I'm like, okay, we're going go-go dancing. Then she comes out of the room, and it is broad daylight, and she mentions that they're going to a flea market. This is a choice. This is a choice, girly. She looks great, and she clearly wants a reaction from her man, so she stands by the door, and he's like, stunning. Yeah? Ready to go? And it's dry, but now I'm starting to like get the hang of Ingi. And this is just who he is. I feel like stunning was high praise from this guy at this point. Corona did not think so. Okay? Corona passive aggressively is like, oh, that's your only reaction? And he's like, yeah, I said stunning. And she's like, yeah, no, that's fine because that's all you have to say. And he's like, what do you want? I've seen it before. And she's like, not in person, you haven't seen it before. And he kind of laughs it off, and she like shoves him to the side and gets her coat. And I get the vibe that like she knew that this is how he was, but I think she just automatically wanted him to just be like on now that they're full time together. Because he seems surprised at her reactions, you know? And she tells him in the confessional that she feels like he takes her for granted, but then she said, I don't want you to be like, oh, well, she always dresses hot. And I'm like, is that a real concern of yours? Like, and so we see them walking to the car, and she's going on and on about her no longer soft partnering and like he needs to get with the program. But didn't she just say in the last episode that she would still be soft partnering him? But no, she just wants it cold turkey for him to just be a brand new guy. And this is going to go badly. I would love to know what you guys think, because in that moment I was like, this doesn't seem fair given the fact that you went into this relationship clearly under false pretenses. You're hiding a huge part of who you are, but it also seems like you downplayed your expectations of your partner. And so he's kind of having to learn on the fly that now you want more. But I don't think you fully asked if you had his full consent that he could deliver. You guys can let me know if that made sense. It sounded like a circle to me, but it just feels forced. Like, it's just like she's demanding a certain kind of relationship, but that's not the groundwork that they put together, you know? But I also can understand wanting to feel like the romance is alive and like wanting to feel desired. I think that the reaction that he gave her is well in his wheelhouse. And so they're in the car and she's a little pissy, but she's trying not to say that she's pissed because I guess this is when she remembered she's still soft partnering. But he clocks it and he's like, are you good? She's like, yeah, I'm good. And he gives her a kiss. He tells her, I love you. And I'm like, this is more than I thought I'd see. So this is great, Corona. And y'all, I am not here to shame Corona's look. However, it is supposed to be freezing in Iceland in this time of year. And she has her coat just open. No scarf, no nothing, just out here. I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, but I know she's cold. And so this flea market is huge and they're, making their way through it. And they stop at this booth where they have an Icelandic delicacy. And so the delicacy at hand is fermented shark, and this alcohol, I think it's called Brennivin. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But apparently that's how you chase the shark. You drink that right after, and like the flavors complement each other. Corona being Corona is asking a million questions about it. And she's like, you know, making faces, smelling it, talking about the texture. And he's like, just have it. Just, you know, go with it. And she eats it and is all gagging all over it. And I'm like, at what age do we stop gagging in public? Only because it's disrespectful to other cultures. Ingi was laughing it off, and so was the gentleman that was working the booth. So they were chill about it. But there are some people that are really sensitive with their culture. And if you're going to be sniffing and like laughing at their delicacy, it could have gone left. She eventually just chucks it away and ends up eating like a waffle or something. And she's like, your parents aren't going to make me eat this, right? I mean, if they make me, I'll just like eat a bunch, but I hope they don't. And this is how we learn that she's going to meet his parents the next day. Dun, dun, dun. She starts asking questions about his parents, and Ingi's like, oh, well, you know, my dad was born in the 1940s. And I think when he said that, the context is he's old, so forgive him for whatever he says. That's what I got. It felt like a reminder and a warning, like, he's old-fashioned. But what Ingi says is that his dad is fun and that his mother is more conservative because she was raised in the church. Yeah, knowing that, I hope that our girl has other outfits, okay? But you guys, Ingi has never introduced a girlfriend to his family. So all of the doubts that I had about him not liking Corona, I'm like, well, then maybe he does like her, because I can't imagine half-assing something with a girl and also introducing them to my family. Like, he has to have something invested in the relationship to go as far as doing this. And so Corona is visibly nervous, and I don't think that this is an emotion that she's comfortable with. I think she's someone that carries herself as very secure and can take over a room, and this is a situation where she feels like at their mercy because he's really close to his family, and if they don't like her, that will break their relationship because she's not confident that he would choose her over them. So she goes for it. She's like, have they ever known? Do they know black people? And he's like, no, I don't think so, no. And she's like, oh, what if they don't like me because I'm black? Or nothing at all to do with my race. What if they don't like how I am, my attitude, how I dress? Because there's only so many modest outfits that I have. And I was like, Corona. And when she said that, you guys can let me know what your read is on Corona. I don't know her. This is the extent of my knowledge of her. But she gives me the energy of someone that enjoys making other people uncomfortable, shocking people, going against the grain, just an overall rebel. And I think that the way she dresses is a statement. And I think that from what it sounds like, she would play the part for a little bit for his family, but eventually she wants to lift the veil and be like, no, but this is how I am. Because it is what she's doing to Ingi with the whole soft partnering / I don't want to do it anymore. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see her attempt to bite her tongue in front of his family. There's a clip next week where it looks like his mother is touching her hair. If you know, you know, that is a no-no. And you could see her trying to play nice, but also be extremely conflicted. So I'm just like, is she going to soft partner his family too until she just blows up? So much to unpack. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.